everyone, it's Talia Rose and welcome back to another video. So today I thought I would do a little get ready with me because I haven't done one of these on my channel for a while. I mean, I think the last one I did was my birthday get ready with me, but I really wanted to film a get ready with me with my friends when we were in London, but then if you watch that vlog you'll know how absolutely hectic it was and it just didn't end up happening just because there was so much going on and we were too busy to even stop, so it didn't end up happening in the end. So I thought I would just sit here and have a little chat with you and do my makeup. And yeah, I haven't asked for any questions or anything on Instagram. I just thought I would just sit and go through my makeup in detail on what I'm using and stuff at the minute and what I'm loving. Excuse my appearance, like my eczema's gone really bad recently. I don't know why, it's just I've been really rashy all day today and I always tend to get it on my lip here. I've always had that like that since I was young, so please excuse that. But and I'm also really pale. I need to fake tan soon, but yeah, that's just reality. I was gonna hold off filming this video until I was like tanned and like my skin was perfect, but I was like, do you know what, it's just not reality. So I haven't done my skincare yet. I need to put all of like my creams on and stuff, so I thought I would show you what I use as my skincare as well, because I feel like that's just as important as makeup. And I'm going to do my sort of everyday sort of I suppose it's a little bit more glam than everyday. It's my sort of makeup that I'd wear to film a video, but I haven't got anything planned in my head how I want to do it. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow and see what I want to do with my face today. But I've got a video to film after this video, so I thought it'd be perfect to do my makeup for that. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So first step, I'm going to use some serum. So I was actually talking to a guy in the Charlotte Tilbury shop, and he said when you use the because I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury magic cream, he said basically you use a serum first, so technically you should be using the Charlotte Tilbury serum first, and then you use the cream, and then you use like the oil, which is like a new product I think from Charlotte Tilbury. It's like a new oil thing. He said you use it in that order, so serum, moisturizer, then an oil, which I never knew, so I've started sort of doing that step in my skincare. And he put the new oil on my hand, and to be honest I think you can use any oil. Like I'm going to show you which one I have in a second anyway, but I think any oil does the job. So anyway, I'm going to use this serum, which is the Cura pineapple face serum. This is actually from Aldi, believe it or not. It smells really nice. I also have their like banana cream as well. And I'm just going to put this on my face first. I always drag everything down my neck too, just because your neck is like the first place that you show signs of aging, so I always make sure I drag every cream, oil, everything down my neck, and on my hands if I've got some left as well, but I think that's pretty much soaked in now. So next, like I said, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury magic cream. This is my favourite cream ever. I just wish it wasn't so expensive, but it is literally just the best cream. Okay, so now that's all rubbed in, I'm going to use this, which is also from Aldi. Aldi have some great skincare in there at the minute. I did like a little reel in TikTok of all the skincare they have in at the minute, but it's so good. So they have this Cura miracle oil for face, body and hair, and I think this is a dupe for an Elizabeth Arden oil, because I actually saw it come up in an ad, like the Elizabeth Arden one. I think it's Elizabeth Arden, and I was like, oh my god, it literally looks exactly like this. But yeah, like I said, any oil would work, it doesn't really matter. So I just squirt this on my face, and I like to be really dewy and glowy because my skin's so dry, so this sort of routine might not work for someone who has naturally quite oily skin, but obviously because mine's so dry, this is what works for me. So I'm just going to let all of that sink in my face for a second, just because it's very oily and wet at the minute, and then I will move on to makeup. Okay, so I would say that's all like sunk into my face now. So now I'm going to move on to foundation. So I don't really use a primer just because I do such heavy skincare. I don't feel like I really need a primer, and the oil kind of does that job anyway. So I'm going to do foundation. So I've got two favourites that I use all the time. So I've either got the Nars Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser, which I've used and love this for literally ages now, and then also the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin foundation. Today I'm going to use this just because I love it so much, and I do use this very sparingly because it's very expensive, but normally if I was filming a video I would probably just use the Nars one. This is more for like a special occasion. So I'm just going to put a few pumps of this around my face. I've got mine in shade 6 Neutral, which is like a perfect fake tan colour, but obviously I'm not fake tan today, so it might look a little bit too brown for me, but it's fine. So I just pump this straight onto my face, and then I'm just going to use a little buffer brush, a little foundation brush, just to blend it all in, and then I go in later with like a sponge just to blend it even further. I'm just going to blend this around my face now. So now that's all sort of blended in, I'm just going to use a sponge just to further blend it in. I just feel like it looks a lot more natural when you use a sponge, but then I don't really want like the glowiness to be taken out of it. Yeah, I absolutely love this foundation. I think it's really, I think it's quite a natural foundation. Like, it still looks like my skin, like you can still see like blemishes under the skin, but it's also really buildable. So if you do prefer a bit more of a higher coverage foundation, then you can build on it, but I prefer just a really light base, especially in summer. Like, this will be a perfect like holiday summer foundation just because it's so light and nice. It just adds a little bit of colour and sort of it evens out your skin tone. So for concealer, I've used and loved this concealer for so long. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is just the best concealer ever. Literally nothing beats it. It's just the best, especially the best drugstore concealer. So I just literally put it everywhere. I even put it on my eyelids as like a base for my eyeshadow, and yeah, I just love this concealer. So I just blend this in with a beauty sponge. Do you know what I literally can't wait for? I can't wait to be doing like summer makeup. Like, I get so bored of doing like really full coverage winter makeup. Like, I feel like it's just so boring. I don't really like caking my face full of makeup as well. I don't think my skin particularly likes it either. So that's kind of the base done. I do like to use a cream bronzer, so I use this one from literally Primark. So this is the PS My Perfect Colour foundation and contour stick, and this is in the shade Chai. I've used this for literally years too, and I've got everyone on this and everyone loves it. So I do a little bit of nose contour as well. I just do a couple of lines. I'm not very good at it. I haven't really done it for that long, so I'm not very good at the old nose contour, but I do my best. I also do a little bit on my eyelids to sort of prepare for the eyeshadow as well. But that's where I put on my contour. It looks really silly right now because it's like loads of little dots on my face. So I'm just going to blend this out now with like a buffer brush. I use quite a dense brush for this just because you really have to get in there and work it. But luckily this contour stick is quite easy to blend out. Like, it's pretty much blended out already. So I'm just going to blend this into the rest of my face now. And then for my nose contour, I just use a slightly smaller brush just to blend it out. Like I said, I'm not the best at the whole nose contour thing, but I do my best. And I also use this brush to do the eyes as well. And then I just go around and sort of use this blender just to blend everything out so there's no harsh lines, and like the concealer and the bronzing stick all just sort of melt together and look quite flawless, so there's no like harsh lines. A weird thing about me is I actually don't use powder because, like I said, my face is so dry that I literally can't use powder, because I used to use it but I just don't like the way it looks on my skin. I just think it makes me look really like crusty, and I prefer my face to look really glowy and like fresh, and like, yeah, I just feel like powder kind of dulls my skin down, and I feel like I need a lot more hydration than powder. So I don't tend to use a powder anymore. If I was to use a powder, I've got this one which is by Revolution. It's the XX Revolution translucent powder. Say if I'm going on a night out or something, I'd use that. Next step is my bronzer. So I'm going to use this, which Chloe actually got for me for my birthday, and this is the Nars Lagoona bronzer. Such a good bronzing shade, like it's such a perfect bronze colour. So I've got two brushes that I'm going to use. I'm going to use like a more angled brush to really get in with the contour here, and then I've got a more like fluffy brush just to go everywhere else and down my neck. So I'm just going to use this for my contour. So I'm really enjoying sitting out here recently to do videos. Let me know what you think, if you like the background or anything. But my house is really strange. So if you've ever seen my bedroom, I mean, I've shown it in videos and stuff, my bedroom and the spare room, so the rooms that are on the top floor, are the two rooms that I film videos in the most. But the windows, because I'm in the loft, well, yeah, I'm in the attic, the windows in them rooms are like, I can't describe, they're kind of like in a like, I don't know what it's called, there's probably a really technical word for it, but like basically the walls come like either side of the window, so it kind of blocks so much light. I've got Velux windows like on my landing, so I find that there's so much better light coming from my landing area, even though it's like the gloomiest day ever, so I'm having to use a ring light as well. But usually it's so much better lighting out here than in my bedroom, because in them rooms right now it's like so dark and I literally hate it so much. So I don't get a lot of natural light in my bedroom and the spare room, so I find it really difficult to film videos in them rooms. I always have done, really. I think it's only okay like in summer when you get a lot of daylight, but on days like today when it's really gloomy and grey, it's just really difficult. So yeah, I'm just going to use this brush everywhere just to sort of blend my face together, make it all look bronzed. So for blusher, I've been using this out of the Les Splash Moonlight Glow palette, and I got this in my glossy box, and it's just a really great blusher, and it works for me. So I use the blusher and then I also tap it into the highlight as well, just to get a more highlighty blush. I prefer a more highlight blush. And then I just use this on my cheekbones. I've been really enjoying blush recently. Oh, it's getting a bit sunny, brighter. Wow, I can actually see a little bit of blue sky. That's a good sign. I just like a lot of blush, to be honest. And I feel like it's one of them things with your makeup that like disappears as you're doing your makeup. Like, where does my blush go? I don't know. So I just use a lot. For highlighter, I've been using the same highlighter for so long now, and it's the iconic Illuminating drops, and I just love these so much. I could literally like put it all over my body. I know for a fact in summer I'm gonna put this like everywhere. When I go out, I have it like on my chest, and I did that when we were in London, and I just love it so much. I love glow. I love glowiness. Ah, that highlight is just so stunning. I love it. So that's all my skin makeup done. I was just thinking, a lot of people, like both my friends, both Chloe and Liv, do their eyes first and then their face. But I just find that interesting. Like, what do you do? Do you do your face makeup or do you do your eye makeup first? Because I've always done my face makeup first. It feels really alien if I did my eyes first. So now I'm going to use the iconic London Prep Set Glow, which Liv got me for my birthday, and I love this spray so much. So whilst that's sinking in my skin, I'm just gonna move on to brows. So I really don't do a lot with my brows. I'm blessed with quite thick fluffy brows. I used to hate them when I was younger, like literally hate them, but as I've gotten older, and especially because they're like way more in fashion now to have big bushy brows, I just like them to be quite bushy, and I don't really pluck them. Like, I mean, I have to pluck a few like under here, but I really don't do it much with my eyebrows, so I'm quite lucky in that way. So I just use a brow gel. This is just one that I got in my glossy box last month. This is the BFF Brow Friends Forever, the Beauty Crop eyebrow gel, but literally any eyebrow gel I will use. And I just literally comb this through my eyebrows just to set them in place. Okay, so moving on to my eyelids. I like to use the same bronzer that I've used on my face on my eyelids, just to sort of blend all the makeup together. I just feel like it looks a lot more put together when all the colours sort of match. So I'm just going to use this bronzer again on my eyelid, and I just blend it through the crease, and I always blend my eyeshadows and things up this way, just as like a, gives a more cat eye effect, and I just like the way it looks on my eyes to do that, so I always blend it outwards like this. I'm going to also take my Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I know this is really old, and it's very, very well loved, but I just love this palette so much. Like, the colours in here I just adore, and it's really good for like a holiday palette. So I'm using a mix between Riff and Good As Gone, which are these like brown colours. So I'm just mixing them together just to create a little bit more of a darker brown, just to go in my crease. And again, I'm going to sort of blend it outwards as well. I just sort of use it like that on the outer corner. I'm just going to switch up my brush to a little bit more of a dense brush, just to really blend those browns out. Out of all of my makeup, I feel like my eyeshadow is like the hardest step, and that's why I normally keep it quite neutral, because as soon as I start going crazy like this, it messes up every single time. So I'm just gonna leave that part for a second, just because it's really annoying me. I just can't get it right. I'm just really struggling to get it like blended nicely, so I'm just gonna leave that for a second, and then I'm gonna take this colour, which is Stranded, in the Urban Decay palette, and I'm just gonna put this all over my lid because it's nice and sparkly. I love myself a little bit of shimmer. Okay, that's gonna have to do for the eyes. It doesn't look as bad on camera, but in person it was quite patchy and annoying, but we moved. So next I'm going to move on to eyeliner. So normally I like my big strong wing, and I always do that, but recently I've been really liking putting like a brown eyeshadow as eyeliner instead. So I'm going to take that colour again, just use this as an eyeliner. It's a lot more smoky, a lot more grungy in a way, but I just really like the look of it. So I'm just going to use this as an eyeliner today. I remember when YouTube was like first a thing, and everyone was always doing like a smoky eye. Like, that was the thing that like all the YouTubers were doing, and I literally just used to like sit and watch them all the time. And to be fair, I still absolutely love a smoky eye. I'm also going to put a little bit, which I've just started doing, a little bit along my lash line underneath, only up to like halfway. So now I'm going to move on to mascara. My favourite mascara ever is the Maybelline Sky High mascara. I'm obsessed with this mascara, but I recently tried out this because Liv got it me for my birthday, and this is the Iconic London mascara. I don't know if it has a name. I think it's just, they just got one mascara. Triple Threat Black Mascara it's called, and I really liked it. I used it yesterday and it's so good. So I'm just gonna put this on my lashes. I'm going to be using false lashes too, but I like to put a little bit of mascara on first. For falsies, I use the Eyeliner Fluttery Lights eyelashes. They're these ones. And I normally cut like the front part off, like this, about this much. I just use the ends because they're really fluttery and nice. So I've just put glue on my eyelashes, so whilst I wait for that to set, I'm going to put some Freckles on my face. So Chloe got me this little freckle pen, which I've never had a freckle pen before, and I used to draw like little freckles on my face a few years ago, and sometimes I do it in summer as well, to be fair. But Chloe got me this pen. It's actually from Shein, so it's called Freckle Please Freckle Tint, and honestly, right, this looks like you've got freckles, like, and I don't. Sometimes in summer I get a few, but this looks like freckles. So I'm just gonna put a few on my nose and like put them down into like my cheeks, and it just looks so good. I just absolutely love it. So I just sort of dot them on. The colour of them just look really realistic, like next to my actual freckles it looks the same. I think it'll be really nice in summer when you're not even wearing makeup. You could just put a few of these little freckles on and it just looks, your face just looks so much nicer. I'm so jealous of people that get really nice freckles. So now it looks like that, it looks a little bit silly. I just take my finger and just like dot them in, and then it kind of like prints to other places, so it looks a little bit more natural. Don't know how well you can see that. They're very, very subtle, but that's why I kind of like them. And then you can just go in with some more if you want. So eyelashes, I'm going to stick these on now. Put them on the outer corners of my eyes, and that's the eyelashes. I just think it makes such a difference to the face when you've got these eyelashes on, and I mean, I would happily go out with the makeup look just with the mascara, but I just think the eyelashes really finish it off and they make it a little bit more glam, especially for like videos. So that's the eyes. For my lips, I use the NYX Lip Liner in the shade London. So I recently got this, which is MAC Stripped Down Lip Liner, which is a really dark brown. I didn't realise how brown it was, but I think it'll be nice in summer when I've got a bit more of a tan. It won't look as dark, it'll look more of a nude. But right now it does look really, really brown. So I use the NYX London Lip Liner, which is slightly lighter, and it just looks a lot better on my lips. So I'm gonna overline my lips a little bit. I just use this all over my lips too, just because it's a really nice colour. And then I use the MUA Honeyed Lip Gloss, and I just put this all over my lips too. And this adds a little bit of colour as well. It's like a bronzy neutral. And that's the lips done. So this is the finished makeup look. I haven't got dressed yet because I'm gonna get dressed and film my next video. So yeah, that is the finished look with the hair and the makeup all done. My hair looks like it's dropped. It's curled a little bit, but oh well. But I really hope you've enjoyed watching me do my makeup and having a little chat, and yeah, I really miss doing them sort of videos. I feel like I haven't done like a proper get ready with me in ages, and that's kind of how I started my channel, doing videos like that. So let me know if you'd like to see more get ready with me's in the future. But generally I do like the same sort of makeup. Like I've only just started doing a little bit more of a smoky eye, but I suppose when we go to like spring, summer, my makeup will change again. So yeah, if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, then please let me know, and any other video ideas that you'd like to see me do. I really always appreciate video ideas. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. That would mean so much to me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.